All right, and we are back. It's Legend in the Bear, episode
Back in the
10.
house.
Yes, we're back in the house. Coach is in season, but he gave me some time, and I'm thankful. We're going to go ahead and we're going to chop some things up. There's been some big moves in the NBA in
Man,
regard to coaching. Coaching
I
vacancies.
need to
So
get out of this profession
hey,
because
it's tough. Hey, it's
it's
tough out here.
crazy. I'm
It
about to
is.
retire, so I'm on senior citizen watch, so I'm about to call it a day anyway.
Yeah,
But it's
it's
crazy
tough.
out here.
It is very tough out here. All right, so I guess we can start out with Denver. All right.
Wow,
And
wow.
just 2 years ago, 2 years removed from a championship,
2 years.
and you were out the door. As a coach, that like after you win a championship, a coach at least will have 4 years. You know,
No,
to back
no,
back in
not
the day.
anymore. Not anymore. Not
Now
when the crybabies start. The crybaby started complaining. He want me to watch film. He want me to work harder. He want me to come get more shots up. No, no, I
but
don't want
isn't
to do all that.
That's what the game was. That's what the game demanded, like back in the golden age and everything like that.
Right,
And it's
right.
hard for me to admit.
Stand the prestige.
I have to lean onto the old school on this
No,
one.
man, that's that new stuff.
Yeah, because
You want to collect all the dollars and don't want to work. Stealing money
yeah, and I
by
understand
way of robbery.
everybody's not passionate about the game. I definitely understand that, but it just seems like there's like the passion is lacking,
That's right.
and we're losing track of kind of the fundamentals of the game where it's like, okay, play hard every single night,
No,
you
no,
know, play defense.
I don't
Really,
feel like it tonight, coach. And it's your fault that I'm not playing hard. It's unbelievable, man.
it's getting crazy. And I think the thing that took me back was the idea that guys in the locker room were upset that Russell Westbrook was getting treated with some with being revered and with some type of respect is kind of wild to me. It means that we're losing recipes because there is no respect anymore for
That's
what
right.
we're doing. Everybody just only respects the threes, and we respect I guess I don't know because Russell Westbrook's he's a great player. he
Absolutely.
has he has some issues for sure. I
Absolutely.
definitely agree.
Absolutely. He turns the ball over too much and he makes some
Yes,
bad decisions sometimes. However,
correct.
you know that night in and night out, you're going to get all he has
Everything, and that
every
matters. And that
every single time. So
and
a
that
coach will
matters.
trust that more than he's going to trust a guy who goes through the motion.
Exactly.
Yes.
He's probably coming through, and he's coming. I know it's what happened. He probably came through, and he's coming through with a intense work ethic. Every single
Of course.
day, he's
Every
trying to
day.
outwork the next man.
You're a professional.
And that guy, and that rubs the guys who are comfortable the wrong way. The
Absolutely.
guys who are okay with the status quo, the guys who are like, all right, we already won a championship, so we already got this figured out. That rubs them the wrong way when it seems like, okay, now you're trying to demand more of me. And it's kind of weird. It's like,
Yeah.
you're a professional getting paid multi-millions, and you upset that you have to watch film.
Unbelievable. But that's a form of being soft. That's today's soft version because you're
Mm,
mentally and you're physically unable to work and unwilling to work. So, in my estimation, that's a form of being soft.
yeah.
You just want an easy road to everything, and it just doesn't work that way.
Yeah, and it's wild, but the guys, the main guys, Jamal Murray and Jokic, they didn't have a problem with Russell Westbrook. It was all the other guys that had a problem with
It's
him.
them youngins.
And that's crazy to me. The idea that Christian Braun would have the nerve to like have his feathers ruffled because Russ is getting treated a certain
Well,
way was kind of wild.
I'll,
I don't he
I'll
could have
tell the
been one of
truth.
them.
I'll
Huh?
tell the truth. That's what
What you think?
happens when you let these non-NBA players in the NBA.
Mm,
Too many teams, too many non-NBA players in the league. Some of those
mm,
dudes are garbage,
mm.
entitled garbage. That's what
Yeah.
some of these guys are in the league. No
Yeah.
doubt about it. It's embarrassing.
Yeah, it's become Yeah, it's kind of watered down the sport a little bit. Like
Yeah,
we still have the young guys like Ant and Shea Gilgers Alexander who are
sure.
really like holding the torch, and you can tell that they're playing with passion, that they love this game and everything like that. But
Yeah.
it you know
Tatum,
it,
Tatum, nice. Give him credit. Tatum,
Tatum for
Brown, they
sure.
do it the right way.
In a day in and day out. So that's cool. I just hated how like everybody claimed to be acolytes of Kobe, right? But they don't really want to do the stuff that Kobe did behind the scenes in
Sure.
order to get to the heights and reach the heights he did, and to reach the legendary status that he did. His work ethic was maniacal.
Well, no
And
question.
and
But you
it's
notice
just
it's the ones that can't play that's doing the
mm,
whining.
yeah,
That's their excuse.
yeah.
So, guys
So
that
what
are great, they have work ethic. So it goes hand in hand. But
my
again, that's what happens when you let these non-players in the league. They should be in the G League.
That's facts. What do you think? Like, so what do you think Denver's gonna do? And like, do you
Wow.
think Jokic is gonna
It'll be
like
interesting.
he seemed like he was a little bit upset about this move. Do you
Yeah, it's
feel
gonna
like
be interesting. That was his guy. That's all he know.
right?
So it's gonna be interesting to see what direction they go in. I mean, it's a job that you would think some coaches would want
Mm-hmm.
with the personnel there, but it's gonna be interesting to see if Jokic stays or
Yeah,
what's his mindset at this point. They
yeah,
may move to another market. It's hard to
yeah.
say.
Yeah. That'll be interesting because I mean, Jokic is one of those guys. He's not really here for the extra stuff, and I think that's why he likes Russell Westbrook so much because
That's right.
he's just all about the game. He wants to
Yeah.
come in, really lunch pail kind of guy. Like he just wants to come in, do his work. He loves the game, but outside of that, all the extra stuff, he's not
No,
really here for. You
no,
know.
family man going home taking care of business.
Same, and that's the same thing that
Westbrook.
Russell Westbrook is as well. I think that's what people fail to realize, and like with all the slander, and that's why the media is just, media is important because there's been a narrative set on Westbrook, but it's like Westbrook is still a top 75 NBA player.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
he was
First,
he's still one of those guys. It's crazy. This guy averaged a triple double. That puts some respect. Like we need to have more respect on our these players within the game's name, just because that like this is part of the game. This is how we respect. We gotta respect things outside of just a three ball and the highlight play.
yes, killing the
So
game. It's terrible to watch.
it's nasty work.
Dumb basketball.
Yeah,
Dumb basketball. Pretty simple.
it's
So
straight up and down, just threes. It's transition game.
it's
Threes,
bad.
it's threes
That's why
and
teams
dunks.
get back in the game all the time. That's why no team holds a lead because you're gonna go cold with those dumb shots. And
Yeah.
it's gonna allow the other team to get back in the game.
Yeah,
This
that's
happens on
tough.
all levels.
Yeah,
No
that's
doubt
tough.
about it.
Speaking of dumb shots, you
Uh-oh.
know,
Uh-oh.
this is
You know I hate them.
mm, this is what let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. Dumb shots. Let's talk about the Phoenix Suns. Let's
Uh-oh.
talk about why in the world Bradley Beal has a no trade clause. Let's
Well,
talk about it.
it's a bad trade in the first place.
Horrible. It's a horrible trade. The Suns have set themselves back. And basically, they're gonna have to blow up their franchise.
Blow it
Like,
all up.
so what? This is my question to you, Coach. How do you feel about how KD has managed his career? Like, is
Um,
how? What do you think about it? Do you feel like he's?
I
How do you
don't
feel?
I don't have it's not my take. It's not the way I go about business.
Mm,
However, I do not like the narrative that it's about KD.
mm,
LeBron has done the same exact thing and been
mm.
celebrated, jumping around teams.
Right.
Same thing. Instead of staying with your team, fight through it till you can get through the teams you got to get through. This new generation, instead of fighting like we had to fight to get through the team that was in our way, we had to get through it. But
Yeah.
until we did, we kept fighting and we finally made it through them. But this generation, they quit. They want to jump. They want the quick fix. Instead of LeBron staying in Cleveland until he got over the hump, he jumped ship, wanted a guaranteed championship, and
Yeah.
still didn't even get that every year. You know,
True.
jumped around, then go back to Cleveland, then go to LA, but no one says anything. So I'm not, it's not my thing, but I don't like the narrative that Kevin Durant's the poster child.
Okay.
I do understand in his case going to that team that beat you. So I
Mm-hmm.
get that. We wouldn't have done that either. We're gonna beat you if you beat us, we're gonna beat you. We're not gonna join you.
Right.
So I get that. However, even when you talk about him going to Golden State, um, he still was the best player on the team, and he was the best player on the court
True.
during that window. So you have to give him credit. So it's different if you go join the team and then you jump on board, get a championship, you're a complimentary guy. He went there and he still was the best player with another great player.
Right. Yeah, he wasn't a what like Charles Barkley says, he wasn't a passenger. He was
Oh,
definitely driving that bus.
yeah, yeah. And
And
he took it to a prime LeBron
yeah,
because they
yeah.
were head to head.
Yeah, he was competing, and during those years, yeah, Kevin Durant, before he got hurt, Kevin Durant was arguably the best player in the game of basketball,
Yeah,
and
he was there.
arguably he is one of the game's best scorers ever,
I can say that. I can say that. I can
like
say he's one of the best scorers, no question.
ever,
I
like
can I can go with that.
just
That's
as far
fair.
as
I'll give one of the new guys something.
yeah, three level score. And the thing about Kevin that I appreciate, just like with LeBron, that you got to appreciate, especially with these new guys and how they move, is Kevin Durant is committed to the game of basketball.
Oh
He
yeah,
loves the game.
he just want
He
to.
he is one of those that lives and breathes the game. He's a great ambassador for the game, and
I
I
agree.
can't hold it against like he's not. It's hard for me to hold a lot against Kevin Durant just
No, I
because
can't.
he's
I
you
can't.
know.
Like I said, not my cup of tea, but based on the generation, he's not an outlier in that sense.
Nah,
They all move.
different.
So that's why I don't like them making him the poster child. Like that's
Yeah,
the media again. They want to pick and choose who they want to demonize as opposed to criticizing everybody the same. So,
right.
you know, he's one of my favorite players of this generation.
Definitely one of mine as well.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm not going to beat him up the way he's moving around and get ready to move again.
Yeah, yeah.
'Cause
I want to know where
yeah.
he's gonna go next, though. This should be interesting
Well,
because they were
there's a
talking
few
about
teams.
trading him to the Golden State Warriors this season, but he stopped it.
Right, right.
Yeah, so like, where do you think he's going? Where would be a good
Well,
fit for him?
well, there's a few teams that need another guy. The Knicks could use him.
Knicks. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, they need that third. They need that guy.
But
Yeah,
he
they
hates New York.
right.
It seems like he hates the Knicks.
So they could definitely use him. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't
That's
see
interesting.
him making a big difference in Miami, although
No.
they'll probably come up in talks, but I don't see it. Um, mm, that's a good one because
Yeah.
these young and upcoming teams are pretty tough.
Yeah, they are.
I'm trying to think
Orlando,
of a
maybe?
team. Yeah, a lot of young guys who maybe could use, but they're guys that are good are kind of his position though.
Yeah, yeah.
All their
Especially
guys,
Paolo.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And
Paolo,
those Wagner guys are kind of long wing players, so I don't
France.
think unless you're gonna give one of them up, but I wouldn't at this point. Just let them grow. Just be
Yeah,
patient and let them grow.
yeah, they're up and coming team. They're
Maybe,
yeah, I
yeah,
feel like they're like the OKC of
just got to be patient.
the East, yeah, because
Hmm,
they
hmm.
got a lot of nice pieces, and Paolo he is what he's
Hmm.
everything that he was supposed to be,
Yep,
you
yep,
know,
yep.
and
Maybe
he's
Cleveland.
made that would be a lot of
They might need
firepower.
a they might need a little, but I don't know if that fire they got firepower, playoff firepower. There's a
Yeah,
difference.
yeah,
That's why I can't wait to this playoffs so I can see who the pretenders are.
I can't wait either.
Because guys who got firepower in regular season, all of a sudden start we can't find them playoff
Yeah,
time.
fuck, yeah,
Yes,
little
sir. So I don't know Cleveland. I want to see Cleveland.
okay.
I want to
Yeah,
see.
They've
It's
been giving
different.
my Knicks. They've been giving my Knicks issues all season. So
Yes,
it'll
I
be.
want to see in the playoffs.
I want to see how. I want to see how that translates as well. Because
So maybe
they.
a younger team like that who are right there, just needing that killer that can get it and make it happen when it matters.
Yeah.
It's all about fourth quarter.
Yes.
It's all about fourth quarter in playoffs.
Yeah, and that's what
That's
he
it
shows
comes
up.
down to it every time. So who's gonna make the plays when it matters? Do you have that dude? So Donovan Mitchell or Garland, are they gonna be that dude
True.
when
That's a
it
great
matters?
question.
'Cause that's where
Yeah.
it is.
Mitchell is hungry. He's hungry. He wants to
We'll
make his
see.
name. We'll
We'll
see.
see. We'll see.
We'll
I
see.
don't know. We're gonna
How
see.
you how do you feel about Brad Beal
Oh, he's garbage.
as a player? Like what like
He's a talented player. He's my he's what I call a talented player, but not a superstar player. He's
okay.
one of those, he's overrated. He's a
Yes.
very good player, but he gets deemed a superstar sometimes by some because of the numbers he put up in Washington.
Yes.
He was on a bad team and it wasn't very
Horrible
good.
team. Yeah.
So he had to put up numbers. But now you see him now playing with other players and he's not very good. So
Does
he's an
make a
outlier.
difference.
Yeah. So I think he's a good player, but not a great player. This
Yeah.
is me. And just horrible trade. You're just getting a duplicate guy, compiling the guys who you think are good and then hoping they'll figure it out. But why would you get the same player?
Yeah.
They should have kept Chris Paul.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do that,
Cause
kept
they
Chris
made a
Paul.
push.
Better
They
fit.
were right there.
Better fit.
They were right there, but I guess Chris Paul wears people down because of his
Well, you
antics.
either want to win or you want to be like,
That's true.
well, I know
That's
he
true.
wins.
Hey, he actually completed a season, a whole full
I
82
know.
game
Not
season.
even when needed, right? That's
Right?
funny. Not when needed. That's pretty. That's
That's
hilarious.
crazy. It's like where was this at the previous five? Any of the previous 5 years? If you would have done that, then that's when it was needed. But it
Yeah,
should be you did it for Wimby,
yeah.
so
Maybe San Antonio, KD.
that'd be crazy.
Maybe
Yeah,
not bad.
I'm just hoping
Maybe.
if San Antonio gets those lottery balls to fall the right way, and somehow they get Cooper, that'd be too much for me. That'd be wild.
Yeah,
That'd be another Twin Towers type of a situation going on there.
yeah, yeah.
That's something
It'll
that
be
could
very
happen.
interesting. So, but no, I'm not a Bill fan. I just think he's a good player. No, take nothing from him,
Me
but
too.
he's not elite. No, bad
He's
trade.
I just and then quote he called himself getting upset at Budenholzer because Budenholzer said he played more like Drew Holiday and he took
Yes.
offense to that. He's like
Well,
I'm Brad Bill, don't compare
no,
me to any
no,
other player.
no. But that was the problem. So the three of them can work, but someone had to sacrifice.
Mm-hmm. He ain't
So
want to do that.
he needs to play like Drew Holiday because Drew Holiday can do more,
Yeah.
but he's willing to do what he's doing to win.
Yes.
But that's
And
the new stuff again.
I
He's
think
not
that might
willing to
have been
do
what
what
Bud
you
was
need to do.
talking about. Like I
Yes,
think
that's
he
right.
he was probably thinking about skill set rather than like sacrifice as far as like the little things that you have to do. Like, in Brad
You don't
is
want to do
not
that.
he don't want to do that. He's just
Take my
trying to
50
he's trying
million
to
and go home.
yeah, he want to score. He's a scorer. He wants to
But
score, and that's just what he wants to do. But unfortunately, as we've seen this season, that doesn't translate into winning basketball at all.
no,
You know,
no. So
and I don't know what is the verdict on Booker? Like what happened this season? Like what?
I think that the chemistry part. I
Right.
think the chemistry part was just it. It just didn't fit. And then he was asked to do a little the things that he could do solidly. Handle the ball, set the team up. But that's a conflict in emotion for a player who scores. When
Mm-hmm.
you start asking him to conflict in his natural ability, that's very difficult to flip.
Yeah.
So that messed with him a little bit, I thought. So that's why they needed the true point guard.
Right. What,
So
what
he could just be himself.
my thing is
Bad
what
move. Bad move.
what made them think like, hey,
Compiling talent.
like we go we gonna have our shooting guard play point, like our guy who's just a main threat, our green light. We're gonna have him actually try to facilitate just because we got like I don't know. I don't know why anybody would say, "Hey, we're going to feature Brad Beal," and I just don't understand that. I just
Right.
don't know what people see in Brad Beal. Like, I understand the Wizards had to do what they had. That was just poor management
I can't
because
advocate for him.
I just don't understand why you even give Brad Beal the no trade clause. Like I understand that's all that the Wizards had, but at that point, man, you just let him walk because no trade
Walk,
clause is insane.
walk.
He is not that caliber of player,
No,
and
sir.
that's salute to his agent. Shout out to his agent. He's a Hall of Famer. He deserves a gold jacket. But Brad Beal is not that type of player to command all of this. And I think that's part of what we're talking about when we're talking about the player empowerment era and things of that nature and how, old school ways of doing things have, gone by the wayside and we're in a new era. It's just that Brad Beal contract. Cause like why on God's green earth would you ever agree to that with that type of player?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
it's
Afraid to
like
let him
Jordan
walk.
Poole. That he walked so Jordan Poole could run, basically.
Yep, yep, yep. It's bad, bad deals all the way around.
Horrible
Bad
deal.
assessment. They're afraid to let guys walk, and they just a mis interpretation of a player's ability.
Right.
Just the assessment's bad because you can find another player that can do that.
That part,
It's not special.
know.
Yeah, that's let him walk. You give
Because
somebody else the same number of shots, they could score just like that.
thank you. It's all about
Yeah,
opportunity. And that's why I
yeah,
used to tell the kids when I was coaching, like, hey, these points gonna come from somewhere.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh
Whether
yeah,
you are putting it whether you're putting them up or somebody else is, that's all dependent upon how you play the game and how you practice. But
absolutely.
at the end of the day, these shots are gonna go up. Somebody has to get the shots.
Somebody got to get them.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's a huge thing that we're missing. It's like, man, you could let a Brad Beal go. Like you can let a Brad Beal go. You don't have to give Brad Beal a no trade clause, guys. Like,
Oh, yeah. And he was
look
getting
at
paid.
what OKC is doing or
Right.
how they did and how they built their powerhouse. You know, they would have let a Brad Beal go.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You
Like,
can
oh,
find that.
okay.
You can find that guy.
We'll draft another one of him. And he's doesn't have great size for his position.
No,
He's not particularly bouncy.
nope.
He's not a great playmaker. It's
That,
I
he's
just
just a solid guy to me.
he's a great shooter. He's a good scorer. He's a great shooter. He's consistent when it comes to that. But outside of that, it's just like, we talk about the game of basketball when we're coming up. It's just like there are multiple different facets of the game. Defense matters. You know what I'm saying? It
Yes,
used to
sir.
matter because that's why we
Indeed.
loved AI so much. It's
Right,
because AI would score, take you off the dribble, but AI would also lock up. So
right,
would Kobe.
right.
They took that stuff personally, and it's just like we don't see that as much now. You see the
No,
very super talented offensive guy, but you don't see him take that same challenge on the other end of the court.
absolutely not.
And that's
Absolutely not.
and I think that's the shame. But I feel like this the game has ebbs and flows, and I feel like that guy's coming back. Like those blue collar guys, those
Yeah,
twins.
you got some good young guys though.
Yeah,
You
those
do.
twins, the
You do.
Thompson twins.
Yes, I like them.
like
Yeah,
the yes, like Ant is really like that. Ant really cares about the game of ball. Like, even though like we were talking about before, his off the court stuff. Oh my God.
yeah. Poor fella.
Oh my God.
That ATL coming out in him.
It's all
Poor fella.
I said, boy.
He trying to get it together.
Hey, but he not as bad as Zion though. Not yet. Well, yeah, he is. They found him the same, and that's the problem with my. Oh man. All right. So we're gonna pivot off into something else. Guys, like black men, fellas, we gotta have some type of sexual discernment out here, guys. Like, it's troublesome how wow, Ant 24 with like 8 kids. How many kids Ant got? Ant like 24. And I understand he rich, but it's just like, all right, when we out here doing what the last one where you just paid off shorty, when we out here moving like that, it's like, okay, we need to govern ourselves a different way now.
Right.
Like it's like it's reached a critical mass point. Like we have to, like with Zion, he had his baby moms was fighting this past weekend.
Wow.
Like one got locked up.
Wow.
Is she pregnant? She was pregnant fighting, talking about when I drop this baby, you gonna know. It's just like
Yeah.
it's chaos and confusion. It's kind of
Make a good
hard to
decision.
be the best version of yourself when you worried about nonsense on off the court. You know,
Not a good choice. No
it's
question
not,
about it.
and it's just like, fellas,
But the
we
money
gotta do
gives them
better.
the money gives them power in their mind. It's falsehood.
Yeah,
It's a falsehood. This is a disillusioned situation.
it is. And
Blind. Yeah. So hopefully they'll get better, but they're gonna have to learn the hard way.
hopefully, I hope so. But I think the thing that's crazy about this is a lot of this stuff is just built on materialism and just like shallow, just vapid stuff, and it's just wild. It's kind of getting lost in the sauce. But Zion's out hurt again, right?
Well, I told you in the beginning of the year, cream puff,
What is he going? All right, so
stealing money.
what's the prognosis? What would you do if you're the New Orleans if you're the New Orleans Pelicans? What do you do with Zion Williamson? What are you thinking?
He's out of there. He would have been out of there for me because you see the result. It's happening over and over and over again. Why are you still hoping?
Was this your
Every year, it's the same thing.
is this year four or is this five?
It may be five.
Woo!
Same thing every year.
Woo, woo. So I guess the question is, uh, are people all right? They traded Luca, right? So if we can trade Luca, we can say that we can trade a Zion Williamson. Luca took his team to the finals.
Right.
Zion Williamson ain't never done that. All right.
Mhm.
So we can say that, okay, we're gonna trade Zion. But if you get Zion and you're thinking to your head, you're like, man, he's never completed a full season. And then you think to yourself, wow, are these muscle issues going to decrease as he gets older? Or are they
That's
only
right.
going to get worse?
You're gonna get worse because you're gonna get bigger.
That part. So it's like,
Yeah.
man, where
No,
are we?
not a good investment. Just
Is he
not.
gonna be a 30 for 30?
Yeah, just not gonna work, man. I'm telling you.
Because
But
he's
only
one
takes one team, so you'll get another contract. Don't worry.
he'll get another contract, but it only takes one major injury. And it's remember when Zion Williamson was supposed to be, because I mean, look at Ben Simmons, it happens quickly.
Right.
Look at Ben Simmons. He's a shell of himself. Like he's nowhere near what we thought. Like LeBron was passing him the torch at one
Right.
point.
Right.
Saying like this is gonna be the guy. I for one knew that the Aussie oi boy was not gonna be. He wasn't built
Yeah.
like that. I've been known that his heart pump Kool-Aid. I was talking about that back when his team LSU didn't make the tournament. I was like,
Right.
there's no excuse for that. That's how I knew, like, nah, like mentally, you got something going on with you because
That's true.
they should have made the tournament. Like, and at that point, the SEC wasn't even like that.
Right.
So there's that. But anyway, we come back. But it was just that quick. He was running the league, and just the injury, that back injury, because it seems to be real that back is really, is really messed up. So just that back injury, and now he's just you sixth, seventh man off the bench type of guy. You
Right.
know,
Yeah. Sad, but he got that money, so he good.
he's good. That's all I care about.
That's
So I
all
mean,
they
at the end of
care
the day,
about. Got my money.
that's it. At the end of the day, though, him and Zion, they're generationally wealthy, so they're gonna be fine. They're gonna be good. But just as far as the basketball legacy, it's crazy to think about what could have been, in regards to both of them right now in their careers. Because man, Zion, when he was healthy out there, he was dominant. He was like a Charles Barkley 2.0.
He's awesome. He's
He
awesome
is.
and healthy.
Yeah, and a hammy though, but the hamstring, the lower body injuries, those are repetitive. Those are, those don't just go away. Those re-aggravate, and
Got to
that's
do
not what
something
you want.
different. Yeah, got to do something different.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see though. We'll see.
I
But
don't know, brother.
we'll see. But all right, the playoffs, they're gonna be starting here soon.
Oh man, it's gonna be tough from
Yes,
the
it is.
first round on. You got some first round matchups sound like the conference finals. Golden
It's gonna be
State and
tough.
Memphis in a play-in game.
Woo!
Wow, that's
Nasty.
unbelievable.
It's gonna be. This is the best time of ball because like it matters.
Boy, it
It
is something.
it
It's must-see
matters.
TV in the first round.
Yes, for sure. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. So, who do you feel like? Who do you feel like is gonna make it through?
I
Uh,
have no clue.
you got no clue.
If I had to pick, I still would go Boston in the East. Um,
Yeah,
they just seem to be tempered right for some reason. They don't look like they lax for
in
some
big
reason.
games, they show up in big games every time
Just
we played them.
different temperament type dudes. Their dudes are kind of opposite of who we're talking about with these other guys who aren't focused, and
Yeah,
they got a lot. They you got to give Brad Stevens a lot of credit.
yeah,
He's picked the right type of guys, not just basketball players.
right.
Yeah, they got a lot of business like dudes who care about the game and care about ball and care about doing things the right way. So
That,
that he's done an outstanding job in that area.
that's that Butler pedigree.
Yeah, so I would pick Boston. Um, the West, I don't know. I pick something off the wall. OKC is easy,
The West
but
is
I'm very anxious to see how they've grown because they fell apart last year.
yes,
We were talking about Cleveland earlier. They had a great regular season and then got nipped in the playoffs. Didn't look
yes.
the same. Did not look the same.
Nope. Jared
So
Allen didn't look the
yeah.
same.
So I'm gonna see. But I'll pick somebody odd. I'll pick OKC, Houston. No, I don't think that. I think they're gonna falter. I'll take the Clippers. I'll
Oh,
take an odd one. I would sort of
oh.
pick an odd one.
See, we didn't even get to talk about that. The Clippers,
I want to pick
they
an
have
odd
had a
team.
resurgence at the right time, and
Yeah.
they got that guy Kawhi
But
Leonard
he
out
always
there
hurting our feelings too.
playing some vintage ball.
Because they'll be rolling and all of a sudden he'll pull something
He'll
too.
pull
So
some too, and it'll be
I
done.
don't know, man. I
But if
just
he
want to
can
pick
stay
something different.
healthy,
I mean, OKC's tough, but I just want to pick a different team.
yeah. But if he can stay healthy, though,
They're right in there.
don't give them an opportunity to think that they can win it. That's all I gotta
Minnesota.
say.
Yeah,
Don't
Minnesota.
do that.
Anybody, man.
True.
West, any of those teams are capable.
It's gonna be a shootout.
It's gonna be who gonna make those plays in the fourth quarter. Who got that dude?
That guy. We'll
Yeah.
see.
And that's why I don't like Houston. I don't think Houston has a guy. I don't
That
think they have a fourth quarter guy.
Nah, they don't got a guy. They don't got a guy yet.
Maybe
Not yet.
maybe they need a KD,
Not yeah.
but
Yeah.
they don't have a guy
Yeah. That would be KD around all those athletic guys. That would be nice.
because he can
That
make
would
fourth
be
quarter shots.
because he can do that. He can score. So that would
So
be
maybe,
interesting.
but I'll go with the Clippers just to be odd.
Okay. All right. Clippers it is. So, we at the end of the show. You have anything else you want to tell the people?
Oh man, just stay tuned for these playoffs. I think it's going to be a great one, and we're going to have a lot of great content coming up. So
Sure.
everybody be on guard. We're going to make it happen this year for sure.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sure is. So this is the 10th episode of Legend and Bear. We have some more stuff coming to you. Like
Got some
Coach
stuff
said,
coming out.
also, I'm going to be coming out with some merch for Coach uh actually towards the end of this month. So be on the lookout for that as well. And yeah, other than that, tune in to the Firebirds. Make sure you follow at Raleigh Firebirds,
It's
right, on
rolling. We're
IG
rolling.
and tune in because we're coming down the stretch. And yeah, we in here. It's Lily language that we talking, and I'm looking forward to the home stretch of these last few games, and getting towards the playoffs as well, because we got playoffs coming up too. So
Absolutely.
there's that. So, but yeah, I'll let you get up out of here, Coach.
No problem.
We'll talk to you later.
All right. We'll
Appreciate
see
your
you, folks.
time.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Have a good
Peace.
one.
You too.